They thought they were invisible. That was their biggest mistake. Because humans don't hunt what they can see. They hunt what doesn't belong to this world. And the moment we realized something was hiding in the shadows became a battlefield. They showed up like ghosts. No lights in the sky. No warning sirens. No Hollywood invasion nonsense. 1 second Earth was minding its business. The next second, things just started vanishing. Satellites blinked out. Cargo ships went dark mid-route. Patrol teams in deserts and oceans stopped, responding like someone hit mute on reality itself. The aliens thought they were slick, thought they were untouchable, thought humans were loud, dumb animals screaming into space without realizing. Someone was actually listening. They called themselves the Veil. The Veil didn't conquer worlds. They skimmed them, slid in quiet, took tech, data, people, whatever looked valuable, then dipped before anyone knew they'd been robbed. Their ships bent light. Their soldiers wore phase suits that slipped half a second out of reality. Bullets passed through them like bad dreams. Invisible, untouchable, untested. At least that's what they believed. What they didn't know was that humans had been dealing with invisible killers forever. Snipers you never see. Radiation you never feel until it's too late. Viruses you can't even smell. Humans learned early. If something hurts you, you learn how to track it. The first crack in the veil came from Detroit. Marcus Reed, ex-Army turned night security, noticed something weird on his cameras. Not figures. Not shapes, just wrongness. Shadows bending funny. Reflections lagging behind like the air itself had trash internet. Marcus didn't panic. Didn't tweet. Didn't scream aliens. He tested it. He grabbed a bag of powdered concrete and tossed it into an empty warehouse bay. The dust didn't fall clean. It splashed against something solid that wasn't there. Marcus stared for a second. Then he smiled slow. Yeah, that ain't right. Within days, that footage landed on desks it was never meant to reach. DARPA, black labs, people who don't ask questions, just build solutions. Thermal scans showed heat without bodies. Audio sensors caught echoes bouncing off nothing. Gravity sensors recorded tiny pressure shifts where air should have been empty. The Veil were invisible, but not silent. Not weightless. Not perfect. And humans don't need perfect data. They just need enough. The Veil made their first real mistake in Nevada. They went after a black site server farm, confident as hell. No alarms, no resistance. Just bored guards standing around pretending not to notice anything. What the Veil didn't know was that those guards weren't watching with eyes. They were feeling. Each soldier was wired into an experimental neural threat system. The AI didn't see targets. It sensed pressure changes, heat shifts, subconscious pattern recognition boosted by silicon. One soldier twitched. Another tightened his grip. Inside his helmet, the Veil operative laughed. Humans aiming guns at empty air? Cute. Then the room exploded. Ultrasonic cannons shrieked. EMP pulses slammed through the space. Thick white foam blasted out, filling the air like frozen smoke. The Veil operative's phase suit glitched for half a heartbeat. That was all it took. The bullets didn't hit him. The pressure wave did. Reality snapped back hard. The suit failed. The Veil soldier slammed fully into existence, confused, exposed and dead before he hit the floor. That kill echoed across the Veil network like a scream. They tried to pull back. Too late. Humans don't move fast, but once they lock in, they go all in. Cities quietly adapted. Construction foam laced with nanoparticles that messed with phase fields. Streetlights recalibrated to strobe in wavelengths that made invisible things sick. Military units trained to fight shadows instead of soldiers. The Veil started losing scouts, then teams, then ships. How do they see us? One Veil commander demanded through the thought link. They don't, another replied, shaken. They predict us. That was worse. Humans weren't reacting anymore. They were anticipating, setting kill zones around probability, firing into nothing and hitting targets dead center. The Veil had better tech. Humans had better instincts. Instincts sharpened by centuries of fighting monsters that didn't play fair. The breaking point came over the Pacific. The Veil flagship hovered above a carrier group, massive and invisible, confident this would end it. One clean strike, one message. Instead, the ocean lit up. Thousands of autonomous drones launched at once, spraying reflective mist into the sky. The air sparkled like a snow globe straight out of hell. Slowly, faintly, the outline of something huge appeared. Human pilots froze. Bro, one whispered. That thing's actually real. Missiles launched. The Veil shields held for 6 seconds. 6 seconds was nothing. Railguns roared. Hypersonic rounds punched through exposed nodes. The cloaking field collapsed, screaming psychic feedback through the Veil network. The humans didn't cheer. They didn't celebrate. They just kept firing. The flagship fell into the ocean like a dying god. Water-swallowing tech that thought it was above physics. Survivors were dragged out, visible, shaking, broken. One Veil officer stared at the human interrogator, eyes wide. "You weren't supposed to see us." The human leaned back, cracked his knuckles, and smirked. "Yeah," he said. "You ain't the first thing that thought that." Across space, Veil fleets went dark. Retreat orders echoed through their networks. Not because they lost ships, but because they finally understood. Humans don't need eyes. They need awareness. And once humans know you exist, you're already in trouble. The surrender wasn't dramatic. No speeches. No treaties carved in gold. Just silence. The Veil stopped coming. Later, captured officers explained it in shaking fragments. Humans weren't feared because they were strong, or smart, or advanced. They were feared because they adapted too damn fast. Invisible enemies? Humans learned to feel them. Phase tech? Humans learned to break it. Predictive warfare? Humans were already living that way. One Veil strategist said it best before ending the interview. "We hid perfectly," he whispered. And it didn't matter. Because humans don't stop hunting just because they can't see the prey. They hunt the disturbance, the absence, the ripple in the air. And when they find it, they don't miss.